Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. But today we're going to be installing some amp research steps on my 2017 Cummins out there. And I'm getting ready to actually unbox all these boxes, which just has the motor in it and the modules, the wiring harness. Right here is the steps. I didn't opt for the big package with the XL. I think they're called the Amp Power Research XLs, which are another like $400 or $500, which they're just a little bit wider and they just go down a little bit further. My truck's not really lifted, so I really don't need that. And this is just sort of like a little helper to get my girlfriend actually in and out of the truck, and as well as me, because I don't like, jumping up into the truck because I don't want to hold onto the rail or the steering wheel. So this is just a little bit of help me out, sort of thing. But I'm going to go ahead and unbox all these and get the wiring stuff out and get it laid out here and see how bad it's going to be to install this. Alrighty, got everything laid out here. That's included in the plug and play kit. We have the two running boards, which have an amazing texture to them. They're very grippy, almost like a bed liner. Passenger side motor bracket, the passenger side support bracket, the driver side support bracket, the driver side motor bracket, the two motors, the zip ties included to zip tie all your wiring up. We have a 1 bolt here that's separate from the rest. Then we have the standard hardware and everything in there. Then we have a couple bracketry, the lights included, the Pt.2 link, Pt.2 plug that we have to wire into our harness, and then the wiring harness itself to run under the vehicle. Here's a little module that controls everything, and our installation instructions. So I'm actually going to be reading the instructions because this is a very expensive kit and I don't want to mess it up, as well as I know these motors have to be torqued to a specific spec onto the bracketry, which I'm going to torque it to that too because this is a very expensive kit, like I said. So we'll catch back up to you whenever I make some progress on this. Alrighty, we are back. It's been a few minutes and I actually got one of the motors installed. So fortunately, my truck actually came with steps on it, so I already had a couple of holes in here, and they were already drilled. I just had to add the rivet nuts and install those. This isn't tightened all the way down; it's loose, so I can get perfect adjustment whenever I get the rear one on. But so far, it's coming together pretty good. This kit is made for a couple of different models, so I have to go back here and do that back one, which that one back there looks like I might have to drill it. Not sure yet. But like I said, this is made for a couple different models. So it's for a 1500, a 2500, 3500, mega cab, short bed, regular. You'll just have to cut the steps down depending on which configuration you have. But some of the stuff we might not use because, like I said, it's for multiple models, so don't believe we're going to have to use this. This is for the 1500, some piece under the 1500, but we're going to go ahead and keep trying along, get that back one on here, and install this step. Spent a little bit of time getting the back piece on there, and it was actually super simple. I didn't have to drill any holes whatsoever because my truck already had steps on it, and these are made for multiple vehicles, like I said, and so there's 3 spots in back here that can be mounted, and so I used the center and the back piece to mount to my original bolts. But this side is completely finished. Obviously I haven't ran my wiring, but that'll be the last thing I do. But these steps are pretty nice. They have a little bit of flex to them, but it's nothing crazy. I mean, I can stand up on them, no big deal. Super sturdy. Motors are installed on this side, so yeah, I mean, these are actually pretty sweet. I never thought I'd like a set of steps, but when they fold up, they'll be hidden, and you get in, just super simple. Just open the door, they'll fold out, and you're up inside. Super simple. So, super excited, and we'll go ahead and move to the other side and get it finished. So this is probably the biggest pain so far, is just getting these riv nuts in here, because they provide you with the tool, but I have a 15 mil on the nut itself, part of the tool, and I'm using a box N13. For some reason this side, I'm not able to get a ratcheting wrench in here, or sorry, not ratchet, a ratchet with a socket, so I've been having to put this on the end here and wrench it, but we're getting it done. What's been kicking my ass all day is my allergies, but the steps went in without any problems whatsoever. This side's on, come over here, and this side is on, and it's all tightened up. Now the thing we're moving to is the wiring harness. Now this is actually way simpler than my headlights. So basically run all this down under the vehicle, and there's these two wires are here, these purples, that are going to run into the cab, and I'm probably going to do the lighting last on the truck, so shouldn't be too bad actually. I mean, I think the rock lights I wired were way harder than this, but here's all the hardware that I'm not going to be using. Basically everything from here over doesn't get used, so I actually have one more of these rib nuts out there that I found that I thought I lost, but turns out it was just under my little cart. But this is all stuff that we're not going to use, so I didn't use any of the rivets, so I'll probably just put all this stuff in a baggie and keep it. But we're using the lights, and we're going to be using this and this obviously, and they even supplied you with some pretty good zip ties, so pretty much everything to finish it off. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the hood and get this wiring harness in there. It's been about 3 or 4 days since the last clip you saw, and the reason is because ran into some problems with the running boards, and I'm going to show you what that was. So as of right now, they all work. You open the door, they fold down, you shut the door, they go up. But the problem that I had was this module under the hood. So this little module right here, apparently whoever boxed this up from the factory, because I ordered it straight from Amp, whoever packaged it, either whenever they pulled my order or whenever they packaged the box, they put the wrong module in there. So the module they gave me was for a Ford, and obviously I have a Ram. So what was happening was whenever I would plug the fuse in, or sorry, put the fuse in there, the steps, without the OBD even plugged in up there, the steps would deploy with the door shut, and no matter what I did, plugging the OBD into the port and then putting the fuse back in, these would not close at all. They'd stay open, whether the door would be open or shut. The steps would stay deployed. And so I contacted Amp directly, and it took a little bit to get them on the phone. I guess there was a lot of people online, but got a hold of them, and super responsive, and they next day aired me the package, or 2-day shipping, whatever it was, shipped it out to me, and I asked them if they wanted the old one back, and they said no, it would just cost too much for shipping. So they said just basically just sell it. So I have one for a Ford if anybody's looking for a module for a Ford. But so that right there is all done. Headlights in, fog lights in, looking good. I actually adjusted these headlights so they're a lot better at nighttime now versus the way they were before. They were shining on the ground and you couldn't see anything. And while I was waiting for that, wow, this wind is crazy here in Ohio. My goodness. So as you can see, the truck is absolutely filthy. I drove today in the rain, and black truck and dirty roads don't really mix. So as you can see, got the bed cover on here. This is the backflip MX4, very low profile. And then that's not the only thing that we installed. Went ahead and installed my bed rug. So super simple to do. Doesn't need that much explaining. Wow, this wind's crazy. I hope the wind doesn't ruin my video, but tonneau cover is absolutely amazing. I still need to get my little plugs here. I ordered these off Amazon. They'll just go right inside here like the fronts have. For some reason I didn't have any on the rear, but that'll plug this off, because if you look down inside here, there's a hole that goes to the back side of the carpet, and I don't want water getting in underneath that and then molding or anything like that. Now, I'm gonna put the camera in here and talk. So as for the Velcro, I only have Velcro here at the sides. So right here at the sides, on both sides I have Velcro, and then on the tailgate I have Velcro as well. So got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces here, 1, 2, 3, and 4 pieces here. So that way whenever I lift the tailgate and shut it, this doesn't fall down. Also have it lined up so it's right off the edge of both of these so it doesn't get caught. But super snug fit. You can hear it, it just pushes in there. And then as for the bed cover, there is weather seal right here, as well as on the front. I went ahead and weather sealed that, put down some weather seal on this, and I really don't plan on removing this bed cover very often, so I'm not really too worried about that. As you can see, this was my little temporary fix today, because I drove it in the rain. One side it was on, one side came off. But bed cover is super easy to use. Just pull these, flip it up. So I'm just one-handed. So you literally just pull this pin and it pulls both sides. And then you flip it. And then you pull the pin again. And then you can also prop it up on the back of the windshield. That's what these rubber stops are for. And then you have prop rods on both sides. So super nice actually. And then I'll give you a better shot of the bed rug here. And you can literally lay on this and it doesn't even hurt. I mean, it's super soft. So 5/8 of an inch thick of rubber padding, and it's got this carpet material on top. Supposedly you can put dirt in this and it just washes right out. It's waterproof and stuff, but I really don't want to test that because it's literally a carpet. It likes to attract stuff, and I feel like it'd just be a pain in the ass to get stuff out of it. But show you how this bed cover folds down. Literally just flips and clicks. So the only piece that does not have one of these stoppers on it is this little back piece right here, because let's be honest, you're not gonna drive down the road like this. But literally you don't want to like just let it sit there because it won't lock in. Just slight drop. You can do it with the tailgate up, tailgate down, doesn't matter. That shuts there, all sealed up. So super easy to install that. That's why I didn't go over it, or the bed rug didn't go over that either, just because it's super simple. But truck is absolutely just filthy. I was gonna wash it, but it's gonna be raining tomorrow, so no reason to do that. And got the lights on there as you can see. But overall, very happy with these steps. I mean, it makes getting in this truck so much easier. But next thing we're going to be doing is probably going to be the RA4 navigation radio. And then after that, hopefully my wheels get here. If not, then it'll be my mirrors and my taillights, which who knows, I might be doing that next, because I have to go on Monday and drop those off and get those painted, and should be getting those back in the next like 2 or 3 weeks. But as for now, that's all for this video, and stay tuned for the future, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next one.